Welcome to Coach B Daily. This is Coach B. Today we're going to talk about a sport that most people participate in some form or fashion, but are never really taught, how to properly execute, and that is running. Okay, so obviously, if you've been following these videos, you know I'm a proponent of what's called barefoot running. In America, though I've seen it, most of us don't actually run barefoot. Instead, we adopt the use of minimalist shoes. I think it's just culturally, it's something that we don't do in the States. Like I said, though, I have seen people actually physically barefoot running up and down the street. I'm just not for it. So we've talked about the benefits of minimalist shoes, the benefit of barefoot running. I use the shoes in my workouts as well as in my when I do road work, and even just in walking around. So I think there are huge benefits to removing some of the impediment of our contact to the ground, but that's not what I'm here to talk about today. Today I'm going to talk about sound biomechanics in running. So we're going to talk about 3 tips regarding gait, stride, and pace that will help you to just really learn how to run no matter what shoe you have on. Okay, so the first thing is about, let's understand that we've been foam rolling for a while. You've seen videos about that, and that's because there's a connective tissue that covers our muscles called fascia, and it's similar to like wearing, or comparative to like wearing a wetsuit over your muscles. So it connects everything, and it connects everything to the extent that when you move part of your body, it impacts another part of your body. So it's all connected. So for example, if you raise one of your knees, I'm sorry, these chairs are in the way. You raise one of your knees, you actually get a stretching of the rear fascia to impact your shoulders. So if you raise, say, your left knee, your right shoulder is actually being pulled back by the stretching and pulling of the fascia. So one of the things to do when you're running is to use more arm swing, because the use of more arm swing will counteract that pulling of the fascia as you run. So it'll help you to stay centered and not, or I guess run more efficiently is basically what it comes down to. So pump your arms more during your runs, and your legs will just move faster. That's how the body works. Adopt it. Number 2, drive your knee higher. And I need to demonstrate this because, let me just take it on the floor. Okay, so classic runners, as we typically run, we run with a low knee. And what that causes a lot of times is for our foot to hit the ground when our lower leg is still moving forward. And when our lower leg is still moving forward, swing like this, you're likely to hit with your heel first, which is equivalent to hitting the brakes in running. So if you're trying to run forward and fast, or whatever pace you're going, the last thing you want to do is be hitting the brakes the whole way. It's like driving down the street using both feet for driving, one foot on the brake and one foot on the gas. It's counterproductive and inefficient. So this is what it looks like normally. The normal runner runs with a low knee, leg swings forward, strikes the ground. Strikes the ground. Okay, again, low knee, tibia moving forward, strike the ground. Okay, you're hitting the brakes every single time. So what we want to do is we want to counteract that. We want to avoid that altogether. So what we want to adopt is having a higher knee. So far, more arm swing. Second, run with a higher knee, which will allow the swing of the lower leg to complete. Now, what you're trying to do here is you're trying to land your front foot not out in front of you, again, which is hitting the brakes, but directly beneath you with a flat foot. So this is what you want it to look like. Leg swings out, higher knee, foot comes down under my center of gravity. Higher knee, foot comes down under my center of gravity. You want your foot to land beneath you, not in front of you. That's tip number 2. And tip number 3, is about pace. So again, the goal is for efficient running. So what you want to do is, instead of fewer steps per minute, which is a longer stride, when you do that, what likely happens is your foot ends up far out in front of you again for the longer stride. You want a shorter stride, landing your foot directly beneath you. And so that means more steps, smaller, more frequent steps in your running. So that your foot lands, again, directly beneath you, not out in front. Out in front equals a heel strike, which is equal to hitting the brakes. Land with your foot flat, directly beneath your center of gravity, and increase the number of footfalls during your run. So those are my 3 tips for great and improved mechanics in running. They will help you to prevent injury, help you to run further and faster with less pain, and more efficiently. So you'll be running further, faster with less effort as well. I look forward to hearing your comments. Any questions you have, please definitely leave it in the comment below. We're at facebook.com/eatingforabs, and you can check us out at eatingforabs.com, the ultimate nutrition course. I look forward to talking to you tomorrow. This is Coach B. Take care.